nanonood sa atin ng live broadcast. Tayo po ngayon ay nasa ika-11 regular na pagpupulong at ito po ay atin ang pasisimulan.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ang ating pong ika-11 regular na pulong ay sisimulan ng panalangin ng kagalang-galang Amanda Jane Camilon.
Let us put ourselves in the most holy presence of the Lord. We thank you for the opportunity to gather and serve our community. Grant us wisdom in our discussions and clarity in our decisions. May we seek the common good with integrity and humility, and may peace and justice guide our work today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Ating pong lupang hinirang at ang marcha ng munting lupa.
Thank you.
Ang ating pong Councilor's Kid ay pamumunuan ng kagalang-galang Konsehal Shalimar Baez. Marie Shalimar Baez Reyes.
Itaas natin ang ating kanang kamay at sabay-sabay bigkasin ng Councilor's Creed. I am a Philippine Councilor, mandated by law to enact measures and ordinances that redound to the general welfare of my constituents in their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in public service above self as the guiding principle of my official acts, and as I tread the pathways of local legislation, may the Almighty guide my mind and my heart, that I shall be true to my constituents and the Filipino people. So help me God.
Maraming salamat po. Dako po tayo sa ating roll call. Kagalang-galang Attorney Alexon Diaz, kagalang-galang Attorney Raul Coro, kagalang-galang Attorney Rachel Cartialan Arciaga Molina, kagalang-galang Konsehal Pati Katibong Cayaw, kagalang-galang Jedediah Presnedi, kagalang-galang Walter Arcilia, kagalang-galang Tiñefes, kagalang-galang Amanda Jane Camilon, kagalang-galang Attorney Reggie Ann Landrito, kagalang-galang Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr., kagalang-galang Kay Ann Pericon-Longavilla, kagalang-galang Francis Ian Bagatsing, kagalang-galang Engineer Arlene Hilapo, kagalang-galang Konsehal Marie Shalimar Baez Reyes, kagalang-galang Rodolfo W. Moldes Jr., kagalang-galang Cornelio Martinez, kagalang-galang Allen Ampaya. Okay, kagalang-galang Jonas Angelo Abadilla. Okay, lahat, mayroon po tayong sapat na bilang.
Dahil tayo po ay may sapat na bilang, tayo po ay magpapatuloy.
Dadako po tayo sa approval ng ating nakaraang pulong.
Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Attorney Raul R. Coro, kayo pa ay kinikilala.
Good morning, Madam Presiding Officer, at good morning sa ating mga kasamang konsehal. Kung wala na hong pagbabago sa katitikan ng nakaraang pulong, hinihiling ko po na ito ay atin ang pagtibayin.
There is a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, seconded by Councilor Arlene Hilapo. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Para po sa ating unang first reading, ito po ay application for accreditation ng mga sumusunod na NGOs, people's organizations, HOA and other civic organizations. Ito po, number 1, Lingkod Muntinlupa Foundation Incorporated, address at third floor, Joval Building, number 52, National Road, Putatan. Batang Munti Foundation Incorporated, second floor, Joval Building, National Road, Putatan. Kabisig Multipurpose and Transport Service Cooperative, Black Fork, Kaunlaran Subdivision, Celestino, Little Market, Molino 3, Bacoor, Cavite, San Pedro Resettlement Area Transport Service Cooperative, Mabini Street, Barangay Poblacion, San Pedro, Laguna, Kelly's Homeowners Association Incorporated, at Kelly's Compound, Barangay Alabang, Muntinlupa City.
Madam Presiding Officer, the matter is referred to the Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges under my chairmanship.
Para po sa ating executive endorsed proposed ordinance, proposed modifications to ordinance number 2025-013 or an ordinance providing guidelines on the creation and issuance of the Muntizen ID, its functions, process, and appropriating funds therefore.
Madam Presiding Officer, the matter is referred to the Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges under my chairmanship.
Para po sa ating executive endorsed proposed resolution, number 1, Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government of Muntinlupa, represented by Rosano Rufino Biason, City Mayor, and the Philippine Sports Commission on the grant of financial assistance from PSC to the CGM in the amount of 1,500,000 pesos for the conduct of the Alagang Angara Sports Festival on 27 to 28 September 2025.
Madam Presiding Officer, the matter is referred to the Committees on Youth and Sports, Committee on Ethics, Rules, and Privileges, with the Committee on Youth and Sports under the chairmanship of the Honorable Councilor Jonas Abadilla as the lead committee.
Kalawa po ay Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Social Welfare and Development and the City Government of Muntinlupa on the creation of a credit line wherein patients endorsed by the DSWD to Osmon will receive medical attention and treatment on acceptance of guarantee letters, and payment shall be coursed through a bank account to be opened or maintained by the hospital ng Muntinlupa.
Madam Presiding Officer, the matter is referred to the Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges, Committee on Health and Sanitation, and Committee on Social Services Department, with the Committee on Rules as the lead committee.
Sumunod po ay ang contract of affiliation between the City Government of Muntinlupa and Manila Taytana Colleges on the practical training and clinical exposure of nursing students in the City Health Office, particularly related experience and community health nursing.
Madam Presiding Officer, the matter is referred to the Committees on Health and Sanitation, Committee on Education, Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges, with the Committee on Health under the chairmanship of the Honorable Councilor Amanda Camilon as the lead committee.
Susunod po ay contract of affiliation between the City Government of Muntinlupa and Southville International School and Colleges on the practical training and clinical exposure of nursing students in the City Health Office, particularly in the lying-in clinics.
Madam Presiding Officer, the matter is referred to the Committee on Health and Sanitation, Committee on Education, and Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges, with the Committee on Health under the chairmanship of the Honorable Councilor Amanda Camilon as the lead committee.
Para po sa ating unang ulat, ito po ay ulat ng Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges, chaired by the Honorable Attorney Raul Coro, which public hearing was held September 10, 2025, on the accreditation of the following NGOs. One, napakadami po nito.
I will read it for the record, Madam Presiding Officer, during my committee report.
Please proceed po.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. May I read to you the committee report?
You may proceed po, Majority Floor Leader.
Thank
Attorney
you,
Raul Coro.
Madam Presiding Officer. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of the Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges on the result of the public hearing held on September 10, 2025, on the application for accreditation of the following civil society organizations. 1. Scout Royal Brotherhood, Muntinlupa Alumni and Chapters Association, Inc., or SRB, Das Maka, under the President Sani Lumanta C. Address, Block 5, Lot 26, Montalban Street, Country Homes, Alabang, Putatan, Muntinlupa City. Next, Muntinlupa Development Foundation, Inc., under Mr. Melvin Montelibano. Address number 4, RCC Cam Townhouse, Buen Camino Street, Alabang Zapote Road, Barangay Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Next, Soriano Homes, Homeowners Association, Inc., under Herminia Lorca. Address, San Guillermo Street, Barangay Putatan, Muntinlupa City. Next, United Senior Citizens Welfare Association of the Philippines, Inc., or USC-WAP, under Clara Gabilo Ore. At address 235, second floor, Baron Building, National Road, Barangay Bayanan, Muntinlupa City. Next, samahang nagkakaisang magkakapitbahay sa pagsulong ng Block 35, Excess Lot, Soldiers Hills, Putatan, Muntinlupa City, Incorporated, under Cinderella S. Iglopas. Address, Block 35, Excess Lot, Soldiers Hills Village, Barangay Putatan, Muntinlupa City. Next, Jamsels Villa Arsiaga, Neighborhood Association, Inc., under Ardel M. Ruga. Address, Purok 4, San Guillermo Street, Barangay Bayanan, Muntinlupa City. Next, the Birthright Educators Foundation, Inc., under Miriam Del Rosario. Address, number 034B, Beverly Street, Park Homes, Subdivision, Barangay Tunasan, Muntinlupa City. Next, PDA or Philippine Dental Association, Muntinlupa Dental Chapter, Inc., Rosaline Secapuri, Mangahan Street, Mangahan Itaas Street, Soldier Seals Village, Putatan, Muntinlupa City. Next, Samahan ng mga Manggagamot sa Muntinlupa, Inc., under Glicerio Lorenzo P. Zamora, Doktor, sa GIP Building, Civic Drive, Hospital ng Muntinlupa, Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Next, Muntinlupa, Kalinga at Pag-asa, Inc., under Marilu Sandoval. Address, 45 Baluarte Street, Camellia Homes, 4A, Barangay Poblacion, Muntinlupa City. Next, Anti-Narcotics International Assistance Group, NARIAG, Inc., under Olga Maborang. Address is at 45 Aranja Street, Purok 4, Barangay Tunasan, Muntinlupa City. Next, Morning Sight Extension Neighborhood Association, Inc., under Melanie Dimdam. Address, 3141 Elias Street, Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Next, the Ruth Foundation for Palliative and Hospice Care, Inc., under Rumali Covera. Address is at 2nd floor, Don Jesus Building, Don Jesus Boulevard, Alabang Hills, Barangay Kupang, Muntinlupa City. Next, Camellia 2E, Multipurpose Cooperative, under John Eric Cabu. Address, ground floor, Camellia 2E, Multipurpose Hall, Olympus Street, Camellia Homes 2 Subdivision, Putatan, Muntinlupa City. Next, Alabang GMA Transport Service Cooperative. Address is at Block 3, Lot 19, Visayas Avenue, Barangay Alabang Terminal, Muntinlupa City. Next, Mapag-Ampon Parish Church Multipurpose Cooperative, under Attorney Eleanor Hernandez. Address is at Mapag-Ampon Co-op Building, Lot 346-ABC, Country Drive, Country Homes, Barangay Putatan, 1776, Muntinlupa City. Next, Alabang General Mariano Alvarez, Jeepney Operators and Drivers Association, Inc., under Tomas Lentejas. Address is at Barangay Alabang Terminal, Muntinlupa City. Next, Bay Bill Neighborhood Association, Inc., under Elizabeth Nasis. Address is at number 1, Magallanes Street, Barangay Tunasan, Muntinlupa City. Next, Maria Tegi Homeowners Association, Inc., under Nestor Villanueva. Address is at Purok 8, Maria Tegi Compound, Barangay Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Next, Barangay Ayala Alabang, Employees Multipurpose Cooperative, under Ramoncito Gregor Escobar. Address is at Madrigal Avenue, Ayala Alabang Village, Muntinlupa City. Next, Philippine Red Cross, Rizal Chapter, Muntinlupa Branch, under Augusto Cesar Lodronio. Address is at Red Cross Center, Centennial Lane, Philinvest Corporate City, Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Next, Sunshine Mandarin Monteverde Jeepney Transport Corporation, under Eduardo de Guzman. Address is at BTX Alabang, Barangay Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Next, Muntinlupa City Women Producers Cooperative, under Ana Lynn Arsiaga. Address is at MCTI Compound, San Guillermo, Barangay Putatan, Muntinlupa City. Madam Chair, I move to dispense the reading of the attendees and the documents submitted.
There is a motion to suspend the reading of the attendees and documents submitted, seconded by Councilor Dado Maldez. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Let me proceed, Madam Presiding Officer. Discussion. A, the 23 civil society organizations above mentioned submitted their requirements enumerated under DILG Memorandum Circular Number 225-060 and Ordinance Number 05-040 to the Sangguniang Panglungsod. B, The 23 civil society organizations above mentioned have their own projects and programs for the benefit of their members and the communities. C, one of the reasons why they are applying for accreditation is to be one of the beneficiaries and to be part of the activities, programs, and projects implemented by the local government of Muntinlupa City. D, the representatives from the different respective concerned departments interpose no objection to the grant of the accreditation of the above-mentioned associations. E, this accreditation is valid until June 30, 2028 as per DILG Memorandum Number 2025-060. Recommendation: the committee hereby recommends to grant the accreditation of the 23 civil society organizations above mentioned operating within the jurisdiction of Muntinlupa City. Respectfully submitted, yours truly as Chairman of the Committee on Rules, Ethics, and Privileges, Vice Chairman, Councilor Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr., and members, Councilor Arlene Hilapo, Councilor Francis Ian Bagatsing, Councilor Amanda Jane Camilon, Councilor Ting Niepes, and Councilor Marie Shalimar Baez Reyes, member. Madam Presiding Officer, I move to suspend the internal rules so that the matter can be discussed on second reading.
There is a motion to suspend the internal rules. Any second? Seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes. Any objections? Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, for the information of our fellow members of the City Council, most of these 23 civil society organizations are applying for accreditation under a renewal. In other words, Madam Chair, they have already been granted previous accreditation and they are renewing it because the accreditation is only good for 3 years under the DILG Memorandum Circular. So they have applied for accreditation for the renewal for this 2025-2028 term. Previously, Madam Presiding Officer, we already granted accreditation to several civil society organizations, and in fact, under our first reading today, we still have several civil society organizations still seeking accreditation, so that this matter will be scheduled for public hearing by my committee. So with that as background, Madam Presiding Officer, I'm now ready to answer any question from the floor.
We are now on period of discussion. Any comments, suggestion, clarification on the said resolution?
Kung wala naman, Madam Chair, because this is basically for renewal of accreditation, I move that we end the period of discussion.
There is a motion to end the period of discussion, seconded by Councilor Attorney Reggie Anlandrito, and hearing no objection, therefore the period of discussion is now closed.
We are now in the period of amendment, Madam Presiding Officer, and I move that all those in favor of granting accreditation to these 23 civil society organizations be made as co-sponsor of the said resolution. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion to include all the names of the councilor who will vote for the said resolution, seconded by Councilor Jonas Abadilla. And hearing no objection, therefore the said amendment is approved.
If there are no further amendments, Madam Presiding Officer, I move that we end the period of amendment.
There is a motion to end the period of amendment, seconded by Councilor Attorney Reggie Anlandrito. Any objection? Hearing no objection, therefore the period of amendment is now closed.
Madam Chair, I move that we now vote on the said resolution granting accreditation to 23 civil society organizations. Thank you.
All those in favor of the said resolution, please raise your right hands.
Sangayon po sa ating bulwagan, ang mga sumusunod, Konsehal Attorney Coro, Presnedi, Camilon, Bongcayaw, Arcilia, Diaz, Niefes, Attorney Arsiaga, Abadilla Hilapo, Rongavilla, Bagatsing, Baez, Sevilla, Moldes, Attorney Landrito, at Martinez. Ang boto po ninyo, Konsehal Ampaya? Okay, lahat po ng narito at ang nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Dahil ang lahat ng naririto at ang nasa Zoom ay sumasang-ayon, ang nasabi pong resolusyon ay atin na pong pinagtitibay.
Susunod po ay ulat ng Komite ng Cooperatives, Livelihood and Cooperatives, chaired by the Honorable Councilor Cornelio Martinez, and which public hearing was held on September 11, 2025 on the Memorandum of Agreement of Lease of Canteen within the City Hall premises for a period of 3 months for July to September 2025 with Muntinlupa City Women's Producers Cooperative represented by Annalyn Arsiaga and Pasco Producers Cooperative represented by Cristina Constantino.
Chairperson of Committee on Livelihood and Cooperative, Councilor Cornelio R. Martinez, you are recognized.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chair. Honorable
Morning po.
Stephanie G. Tebes Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Palons Road. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of Committee on Livelihood and Cooperative, the result of the public hearing held on September 11, 2025 at Session Hall on the request of authority to enter and sign the Memorandum of Agreement on the lease of canteen with the City Hall premises for the period of 3 months, July to September, within the following concessionaries: Muntinlupa City Women's Producer Cooperative and Pasco Producer Cooperative. Attendance, yung po yung likod, Cornelio Martinez, Cristina, Ted, Muntinlupa City Women's Produce Cooperative, Attorney Celine Palaco, Legal, Alfredo O. Batain, MCDDO, Alexis and Cisco Treasury, Cristina Pasco, Tess Navarro, Officer of the City Mayor, Mark Cedric, Dr. Ciecho, Cedric S. Moldes, Ciecho, Maria P. Magpantay, Lepo, Moriel Arcilio, Lepo, Marvinia Visa, SP. Documents submitted. Copy of the Memorandum of Agreement enforced mission. 2. Copy of the letter issued by the Office of the City Attorney, signed by Attorney Karim Baldosa, noted by the Attorney Ines Santiago, dated 7 of October 2020, providing a legal opinion, no objection thereon. Copy of the letter issued by the LEPO, signed by Engineer Alan Cachuela and dated 28 July 2020, asking the OCAI for illegal review. Discussion. Public hearing was held last September 11, 2001 to tackle the Memorandum of Agreement with the following concessionaries: Muntinlupa City Women's Producer Cooperative and Pasco Cooperative. B. The Memorandum of Agreement will be adopted by the one resolution. C. It was agreed upon in one is told there will be 2 concessionaries. D. The above-mentioned concessionaries intend to lease canteen stall for the period of 3 months from July to September. The monthly rent of 6,500, which is payable within the period of the contract. The City Legal Officer has no objection on the said Memorandum of Agreement, finding the terms and conditions there be sound and reasonable, not contrary to the law, public policy, and public moral. The committee hereby recommended to adopt resolution, authorize the City Mayor Honorable Susana Repibiaso to enter and sign the Memorandum of Agreement on the lease of continue with the city premises for the period of 3 months. Within the following concessionaires, Muntinlupa City Women's Produce Cooperative and Pasco Producer Cooperative, respectfully submitted. Yung pong lingkod, Konsehal Cornelio Martinez, Chairman. Councilor Amanda Jane E. Cabilon, Vice Chairman. Councilor Attorney Raul Coro, Majority Floor Leader. Councilor Jonas Angelo, Member. Councilor Walter Arcillas, Member. Councilor Rangobilla, Kay Rangobilla, Member. Councilor Cathy Bongcayo, Member. So, Mr. Chair, inihiling po na huwag na pong basahin na resolusyon, dumako na po tayo sa talakay na, dumako na po tayo sa pagboboto, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to suspend the internal rules at tayo po ay dumako sa period of discussion, seconded by Councilor Jedy Presnedi. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved. We are now in the period of discussion. Any questions po regarding the said resolution?
Kung wala na po,
Councilor Jedy Presnedi, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Vice, ating po presiding officer. Ako naman po ay nais ko lang din pong idagdag sa discussion na napakaganda po itong pinapaupa po natin ay mga kooperatiba po ng Muntinlupa. Kasi sa ganitong paraan po, alam po ninyo, yung mga member po ng cooperative, hindi po ito yung mayayaman, kundi ito po yung mga members po, sila po ay mga may-ari po ng kooperatiba. Marami po sila mga tao, tulong-tulong po, iba-iba po yung contribution. At yung karamihan ay hindi naman po ganun kalaki yung puhunan nila, pero kumikita po yung maliliit na puhunan. Kaya magandang paraan po ito na mapaupa po natin ang kooperatiba. Yun lamang po, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay po.
Marami
Maganda
pong
po.
salamat.
Yan po, Mr. Chair, napag-usapan namin niya. Tinanong din namin kung magkano market nila per day. Sabi, mga 7,000 to 8,000 a day. Yung pwede na rin pagtsagaan yun. Pero nag-suggest ako sa kanila na kung po pwede alakuin niyo yung mga department area para kahit paano madagdagan pa yung market nila makatulong. Hanggat nakakatulong. Kaya itong programa natin to, talagang pantulong to para sa ating mga kooperatiba. Kaya mapakaganda po nito. Yan po lang.
Salamat po. We are still in the period of discussion. Meron pa po bang nais na magtanong?
Kung wala na po, dumako po na po tayo sa pagpuputan. Okay, Mr. Chair.
Close. There is a motion to close the period of discussion and to move to the period of amendment. Seconded by Councilor Attorney Reggie Anlandito. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Okay po. Ito na. Okay po. Mr. Chair, medyo pasensya lang po. Kung ngayon po, dumadako po na po tayo sa pagbubutuhan. Sa pagbubutuhan na po na ito.
There is a motion to close the period of amendment at tayo po ay dadako sa punto po ng pagbobotohan. Seconded by Councilor Arlene Hilapo. Dahil wala pong tumututol, therefore the said motion is approved. Pakitaas po ang kanang kamay ng lahat po ng sumasang-ayon sa nasabi pong resolusyon.
Sa akin po sa ating buluhagan, sina Consejal Martinez, Landrito, Poldes, Sevilla, Baez, Rongavilla, Bagatsing, Abadilla, Hilapo, Bongcayo, Arcilla, Camilon, Diaz, Coro, Jeffes, Arsiaga at Prestedi. Boto po ninyo, Konsehal Ampaya. Okay, lahat po ng narito at ang nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Dahil ang lahat po ng naririto at nasa Zoom ay sumasang-ayon, ang nasabi pong resolusyon ay atin na pong formal na pinagtitibay.
Ikatlo po ay ang report of the Committee on Information, Technology and Development chaired by the Honorable Councilor Rodolfo W. Moldes Jr., a public hearing held on September 9, 2025 on the data sharing agreement with DSWD NCR on the sharing of solo parent data using the solo parent monitoring system developed by the DSWD with the objective of data monitoring analysis, reporting, and proper program implementation.
Chairperson of Committee on Information Technology Development, Councilor Rodolfo Moldes Jr., you are recognized.
Maraming salamat po, mahal na tagapangulo. Hinihiling ko po na basahin ang aking committee report.
Kayo po ay magpatuloy.
Honorable Stephanie Tebes Bong, City Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Panlunsod ng Muntinlupa. Through Honorable Councilor Atty. Raul Coro, Majority Floor Leader. Dear Madam Presiding Officer, respectfully submitting to your good office the report of the Committee on Information Technology and Development, the result of the public hearing held on September 9, 2025, regarding the data sharing agreement with DSWD NCR on the data solo parent using monitoring system, analysis, reporting, and proper program implementation. Attendance, yours truly, Rodolfo W. Moldes Jr., Eliza Enciso, Treasury, Alexon Gregorio, MIS, Ruth Arevalo, SP, Abraham Arsiaga, SSD, Abraham Paler, SSD, Eros Malyari, Accounting, Shali Ines, SSD, and Attorney Neme Santiago, MCDO. Document submitted, copy of data sharing agreement. B, letter issued by the Office of the City Attorney, signed by Attorney Karen Baldonasa, noted by Attorney Genesee M. Santiago, and dated July 18, 2025, providing legal opinion of no objections thereon. The letter issued by the SSD, signed by Annalyn A. Mercado, and dated August 8, 2025, asking the City Mayor to endorse the foregoing to the Sangguniang Panlunsod. Number 3, discussion. The public hearing was held last September 9, 2025 to tackle the data sharing agreement with DSWD NCR on the data of the solo parent using monitoring analysis, reporting, and proper programs. Number 2, during the discussion, Attorney Neme Santiago, the Data Protection Officer, suggested that the extent of information must be included in the data sharing agreement. Number 3, according to the SSD, they can only share the full name of the solo parent to DSWD NCR. Number 4, data sharing sole purpose is for the monetary monthly benefits of solo parents amounting to 1,000 pesos. Number 5, beside on the monetary benefits given the solo parents, to that solo parent, the DSWD enumerated the various benefits that the solo parents can avail. Number 6, during the hearing, it was agreed upon that data sharing will be updated every 3 months or quarterly. Number 7, as regarded by the legal office, responsible personnel or personal information controller should be well-oriented and trained in their contractual obligation under the DSA. It was also suggested that the DSA includes the identity of the parties. Further, pursuant to NPC Circular Number 16-02, the term of the DSA, including any extension thereof, must not exceed 5 years without prejudice to entering into a new DSA. Recommendation. The committee hereby recommends to adopt a resolution regarding the data sharing agreement with DSWD NCR on the data of solo parent using monitoring analysis, reporting, and proper program implementation. Respectfully submitted, Councilor Dado Moldes Jr., Chairman, Committee on Information Technology and Telecom. Councilor Jedi Fresnedi, Vice Chair. Councilor Atty. Raul Coro, Majority Floor Leader. Councilor K. Ann Rongavilla, Member. Councilor Rachel Molina, Member. Councilor Atty. Alexon Diaz, Member. And Councilor Marie Shalimar Baez Reyes, Member. Mahal na tagapangulo, hinihiling po na suspindihin ang panloob na lituntunin para ang nasabing resolusyon ay mapag-usapan on second and final reading.
There is a motion to suspend the internal rules. Any second? Seconded by Councilor Jonas Abadilla. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Babasahin ko po ang nasabing resolution. A resolution authorizing the City Mayor, Ronald Rosano Rufino B. Biason, on behalf of the City Government of Muntinlupa, to enter into and sign the data sharing agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, National Capital Region, or DSWD NCR, on the sharing of solo parent data through the use of solo parent monitoring system. Mahal na tagapangulo, binubuksan ko na po ang ating discussion.
May kahilingan po na tayo po ay dumakos sa punto ng talakayan. Pinangawlahan po ni Councilor Engineer Mameto Sevilla Jr. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved. Nais pong maglinaw? Pakitaas po ang kanang kamay. Kinikilala po, Councilor Mameto Sevilla.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. No? Actually, ipapasa natin na isang resolution lang para sa paglagda ng ating mahal na pulong lungsod sa isang kasunduan ng data sharing. No? Kaya po ang inyong lungkod ay tumayo dahil magandang item po itong ating pag-uusapan. No? Alam naman natin ang isa sa mahalagang sektor sa ating lipunan ngayon at kinikilala na ng even national at ng lokal na pamahalaan ay yung mga solo parent. No? Ang nais ko pong itanong sa ating proponent kung doon sa public hearing, no? Since ang pinag-uusapan yung datas na isi-share between the local government at national government, meron bang napag-usapan doon sa public hearing, gaano ba kalaki ang sakop nitong kasunduan nito? I mean, gaano ba karami ang member ng solo parent dito sa Muntinlupa? Bukod doon, regularly po ba ito po ay na-update? Ang bawat barangay ba merong system doon sa ginagawa sa pag-alam kung sino-sino mga solo parent? And lastly, ano ang mga benepisyong natatanggap nito from national at lokal na pamahalaan?
Yes, mahal na tagapangulo, napag-usapan po yan sa public hearing at nasa doon na tinanong kung ilan po bang pinag-uusapan tungkol sa solo parent at sinabi po ito, meron po tayo 1,800 na solo parent. Iyon po ay from 1,500 na tumaas po ng 1,800 solo parents. Kaya nga po sinabi, dahil ba maganda ang nagiging benepisyo ngayon ng solo parent, kaya tumataas ang solo parent.
Okay, salamat po. So 1,800, no? Pero I doubt na 1,800 lang ang magiging talaan niya, no? Sa dami na nagsasabi na merong nag-aalaga ng kanyang sariling anak na wala namang kinakasama. So, although meron tayong actually parang pinaiiral na ordinansa dyan, yung sa mga benefits, no? Ang itatanong ko pong sunod, Madam Chair, katulad ng binanggit ko kanina, dun sa committee report, no, na banggit po na ang magiging palitan lang ng data ay yung pangalan lang ng solo parent. No? Dahil sa protection sa data privacy.
Tama po, mahal na tagapangulo. Ininsist din po yan ng ating DPO, yung Data Protection Officers na si Attorney Nemey, na kailangan na kung what extent na data information ang ibabato sa DSWD NCR. At yun ay tinugon ng SSD natin na pangalan lamang ang ibabato, walang mga iba pang impormasyon.
Does that mean, Madam Chair, na since yung pangalan lang, ang kailangan lang talaga nila ay yung data or yung membership nitong solo parent sector, and dahil doon sa ibinibigay nilang benepisyo, no? Malaman po ng inyong lingkod, Madam Chair, ano ang benepisyo na nanggagaling mula nasyonal patungkol doon sa programa sa solo parent?
Ang nabanggit lang po sa discussion during public hearing, ito po ay intended po para sa use of pagdidistribute ng 1,000 pesos monthly doon sa mga solo parents. Pero meron pa pong, of course, ibang benepisyo ang DSWD sa ating mga solo parent.
O nga, kaya nga doon sa committee report na banggit na aside from the 1,000 peso monthly allowance ng solo parent, there are other benefits. Kaya baka nabanggit doon during the hearing, ano yung other benefits na pwedeng matanggap ng isang solo parent?
Hindi na ho naging particular doon sa iba pang benepisyo na kanilang binibigay sa mga solo parent.
So, kasi magandang talakayin din natin dito. Ang alam ko naman, dahil kasama sigurado yung chairman ng Gender and Development nung pinag-uusapan nito, mai-conceptualize na merong galing nasyonal yung ordinansa natin para sa pamimigay rin ng mga benepisyo sa solo parent, mapagtugma-tugma at tingnan ng ating sanggunian, sakto na ba yung naitutulong ng pamahalaan doon sa mga solo parent. Yun lang po, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat po. Councilor Engineer Mameto Sevilla Jr. Meron pa po bang nais na maglinaw sa nasabi pong resolusyon? Councilor Jonas Abadilla, you are recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, thank you for the recognition, and I would like to use my point of privilege to flash on the screen the data sharing agreement with regards to this resolution. Thank you.
Data sharing agreement. Mahal na tagpungulo, humiling po ako ng 1-minute recess. Madam Chair, 1-minute recess.
May kahilingan po for 1-minute recess.
Meron ako doon. Meron po ito.
Loy?
Kung wala na pong ibig magtanong, Councilor,
Councilor Jonas Abadilla?
ayun, obligations.
Madam Presiding Officer, I just used my point of privilege just to check if the obligations of the LGU is to provide the names of our the names or the list of names of the registered solo parents only within the jurisdiction of DSWD NCR, and it's clarified already by the data sharing agreement. And it's also written in the resolution that we will be using, or we will be providing the DSWD NCR the list of names of the registered solo parents only, and nothing else, other information that will be used for this purpose. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilor Jonas Abadilla. Any more questions or clarifications?
Mga tagapangulo, kung wala na pong ibig magtanong, ay minumukhay po na isarado na po ang ating talakayan.
There is a motion to close a period of discussion. Any second? Seconded by Councilor K.N. Rongavilla. Hearing no objection, therefore the period of discussion is now closed.
Binuksan po na po natin ang ating amendment or pagbabago.
We are now in the period of amendment. Any proposed amendments po on the said resolution?
Kung wala na po, binumukhay ko rin na maging co-sponsor lahat ang boboto at sasangayon sa resolution na ito.
There is a motion to include all the names of the councilor who will vote for the said resolution. Any second on this said amendment? Seconded by Councilor Jetty Presnedi. Hearing no objection, therefore the said amendment is approved.
Binumukhay ko po na isarado na po ang ating amendment o pagbabago at dumako na po tayo sa botohan ng resolution.
There is a motion to close the period of amendment. Seconded by Councilor. Any second po? Seconded by Councilor Attorney Alex Diaz. Hearing no objection, therefore the period of amendment is now closed. All those in favor of the said resolution, please raise your right hand.
For the resolution
salamat, Madam Chair.
authorizing the City Mayor Honorable Rosano Rufino Biason on behalf of the City Government of Muntinlupa to enter into and sign the data sharing agreement with the DSWD National Capital Region on the sharing of solo parent data through the use of the solo parent monitoring system. Sangayon po sa ating bulwagan, sina Konsehal Moldes, Attorney Landrito, Martinez, Sevilla, Baez, Rongavilla, Bagatsing, Abadilla, Quilapo, Bongcayaw, Camilon, Attorney Coro, Presnedi, Attorney Arsiaga, Niefes, Attorney Diaz, at Walter Arcilia. Ang boto po ninyo, Konsehal Ampaya? Okay, so lahat po ng nasa bulwagan at ang nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Dahil ang lahat po na nasa bulwagan at nasa Zoom ay sumasang-ayon, ang nasabi pong resolusyon ay atin na pong formal na pinagtitibay.
Kaapat po ay report of the Committee on Health and Sanitation, chaired by the Honorable Councilor Amanda Jane Camilon, which public hearing was held September 4, 2025, on an ordinance adopting the policy to protect the Muntinlupa City bureaucracy from tobacco industry interference and ensuring compliance with RA 9211, RA 11900, CSC DOH Joint Memorandum Circular Number 2010-01, and related regulations.
Chairperson of Committee on Health and Sanitation, Councilor Amanda Jane E. Camilon, you are recognized.
Good morning, Madam Presiding Officer.
Good morning.
Ibabasa ko na po ang committee report po ng
Please
public
proceed
hearing.
po.
Honorable Stephanie G. Teves Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Panglungsod, through Honorable Councilor Attorney Raul Arcoro, Majority Floor Leader. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of the Committee on Health and Sanitation on the result of the public hearing held on September 4 at the Session Hall of the Sangguniang Panglunsod regarding the proposed ordinance adopting a policy to protect the Muntinlupa City bureaucracy from tobacco industry interference and ensuring compliance with Republic Act Number 9211, Republic Act Number 11900, CSC, Civil Service Commission, DOH Joint Memorandum C Committee 2010-10 and related regulations. May I dispense with reading the attendance and the documents submitted?
There is a motion to dispense the reading of the names and the documents submitted during the committee hearing, seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Thank you. For the discussion, letter A, this is a proposed ordinance adopting a policy to protect the officials and employees of the city government of Muntinlupa from interference by the tobacco industry. Letter B, this is to comply with the following policies, namely RA 9211, which prohibits smoking in certain public places, prohibition of purchase and sales to minors, restriction on advertising, promotion of activities of tobacco companies, and directs local government units to implement these provisions. Number 2, RA 11900, which regulates vaporized and non-nicotine heated tobacco products and novel tobacco products. And number 3, CSE-DOH JMC 2010-01, which mandates the adoption of measures to protect government institutions from the influence of the tobacco industry in line with the international best practices under the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Letter C, the City of Muntinlupa hereby adopts a policy to protect its bureaucracy from the tobacco industry interference, ensuring that no official or employees shall accept gifts, donations, or sponsorship from the tobacco industry or engage in unnecessary interactions with representatives of the tobacco industry. Number 1, tobacco industry also includes representatives of manufacturers and distributors of vaporized nicotine and non-nicotine products, heated tobacco products, and novel tobacco products in line with RA 11900. And letter D, employees, regardless of status, whether they are plantilla, job order, or contractual employees, do not have any unnecessary interaction with the tobacco industry. Number 1, they must also shall not directly or indirectly hold any financial or material interest in any transaction involving the tobacco industry that requires city government approval. Number 2, personnel are required to declare any interest in the tobacco industry in their annual SAL-N. Letter E, the committee chairperson asked whether or not employees are prohibited to owning stores selling tobacco products. Ms. Laperal of Health Justice said they are not prohibited, only they must declare their business in accordance to the Civil Service Code of Conduct. Letter F, City Legal asks CHO to list down specific penalties regarding the Section 14.1 general violations, which is, they have not really specified as to what are the violations and specific penalties. However, in the next subsection, the committee chairperson inquired about Section 14.2.c, the penalty of perpetual disqualification, which is, I shall read to you na, so that you may be more clear on this particular section. Third offense, dismissal from the service with forfeiture of benefits and perpetual disqualification from holding public office as mandated by the Joint Memorandum Circular. So I asked about this because it seems very grave and talagang mabigat yung punishment. But its gravity is associated with the personnel's integrity and honesty. So there's a first offense, second offense, and this is the third offense. So my recommendation, the committee's recommendation is, the committee hereby recommends to adopt the proposed ordinance pending amended specific penalties for general violations on Section 14. This proposed ordinance is to set ethical guidelines or standards for officials and employees on how to deal with stakeholders, the tobacco industry in this case. The committee respectfully requests the inclusion of this item for second reading in the next regular session, pending the submission of the amended draft. Thank you. So I would like to add po, just to say, ito pong ordinance, proposed ordinance ito has nothing to do with anti-smoking or, well, it has to do with smoking, of course. But this is more on the employee or the officials' actions toward the tobacco industry, on whether or not they will be dealing with them and entertaining, kumbaga, kung ano man ang mga request ng tobacco industry. And in our case, it's not strictly prohibited, but you have to declare it, that you are dealing with them. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Ordinance. May ordinance.
Wala pa. For second.
Kasama naman. Okay.
Second reading. For second reading. We will proceed with the item number 5. So we will proceed with the report of the...
One minute recess.
Para po sa ating susunod na ulat, ito po ay report of the Committee on Land Use and Zoning, chaired by the Honorable Councilor Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr., and the public hearing was held on September 10, 2025 on the request of Greenfield Development Corporation for preliminary approval and locational clearance and development permit of Nava Hillsboro Subdivision, West Service Road, Barangay Kupang.
Chairperson on Committee on Land Use and Zoning, Councilor Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr., you are recognized.
Maraming salamat po at pahintulot sa pagbasa ng committee report.
Kayo pa ay magpatuloy.
Honorable Stephanie Tevez Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Panlungsod, through Honorable Councilor Tony Raul Coro, Majority Floor Leader. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of the Committee on Land Use and Zoning on the result of the public hearing held on September 10, 2025 at the People's Center Building, Sangguniang Panlungsod Session Hall regarding the request of Greenfield Development Corporation for preliminary approval of locational clearance and development permit of Nava Hillsboro Subdivision at West Service Road, Barangay Kupang. Hiniling pong wag nang mabasa ang talaan na nagsiaten at documents na naisubmit, Madam Chair.
There is a motion to dispense the reading of the names and the documents submitted, seconded by Councilor Patty Katibong Cayao. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Discussion. Greenfield Development Corporation is applying for preliminary approval of locational clearance and development permit. The application is for a subdivision project with an area of 58,014 square meters that contains 145 lots or units. The average lot size is 100 to 200 square meters. The subdivision project is located at West Service Road, Kupang, Muntinlupa City, and will be called Nava Hillsboro. The site to be developed is classified as Residential 1 or Low-Density Residential Zone. The applicant has submitted the following requirements. Letter A, application form for final approval of policy and DP. Letter B, transfer certificate of title, revised tax declaration, real property tax clearance. Letter C, pillbox certification. D, zoning certification. E, plans and details. F, barangay resolution from Barangay Kupang. Letter G, environmental compliance certificate or ECC. H, a earthquake hazard assessment. I, secretary certificate in favor of Diana Santos, External Vice President, and Ronnie Juan Del Rosario on behalf of Greenfield Development Corporation. J, Maynilad certification, and lastly, Meralco certification. The applicant is bounded to abide by all existing laws, be it national or local ordinances. And lastly, final approval of policy and DP is to be issued by the City Zoning Administration Office after compliance of all necessary requirements. Recommendation, the committee hereby recommends to enact an ordinance approving the request of Greenfield Development Corporation for policy NDP of Nava Hillsboro Subdivision located at West Service Road, Barangay Kupang. Respectfully submitted ang inyong pong lingkod bilang chairman ng committee, Vice Chairman Francis Ian T. Bagaching, and members, Councilor Tony Raul Coro, our Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Amanda Jane E. Camilon, Councilor Engineer Arlene Hilapo, Councilor Walter Arcilla, and Councilor Attorney Reggie Ann Landrito have concurred with the committee report, Madam Chair. Sa punto pong ito, dahil nakasuspend naman ang ating internal rules, hinili kong mapag-usapan ang nasabing ordinansa, entitled An Ordinance Granting the Preliminary Approval of Locational Clearance, Policy, and Development Permit of Greenfield Development Corporation for the subdivision project located at Nava Hillsboro Subdivision, West Service Road, Barangay Kupang, Muntinlupa City. Ang inyo pong lingkod ay naka-ready na, Madam Chair. Pero bigyan ko muna ng konting brief description. Ang project po ay katulad na sa report kanina, 5.8 hectare. Matatagpuan po ito sa Don Jesus Boulevard, doon sa Alabang Hills. Kung medyo familiar po yung ating mga kasama, ito po ay part noong property ng Greenfield doon sa Alabang Hills. At na pag-usapan doon sa public hearing, this 5.8 hectare is only part of their development project na gagawin. Ito po yung lot only development. May mga makakasama po itong portion for mid-rise and commercial spaces, no? Ang nakakatuwa doon sa future development nila sa commercial, ito yung nasa tabi ng existing na simbahang malaki doon sa Hillsboro. Ilalagyan po nila ng allocation para sa isang civic facility na kung saan yung bombero, police station, and including yung barangay, no? Extension office ay isa-serve nila para magamit po ng komunidad, no? And one thing, meron na po silang kaugnayan doon sa federation dahil itong lugar po ito, maraming subdivision dito, inaayos nila yung kanilang certification sa federation, and that will be part and parcel doon sa magiging assessment ng ating zoning para sa issuance ng final zoning or locational clearance nitong project na to, no? At that point, at this point, Madam Chair, kung meron nais magtanong or malinaw sa nasabing ordinansa, ang inyo pong lingkod ay nakahanda.
Tayo po ay nasa punto ng talakayan. Meron po bang nais na magtanong o maglinaw sa nasabi pong ordinansa?
Kung wala naman po, hiniling kong tapusin na ang period of discussion at dumako na po tayo sa period of amendment.
There's a motion to close the period of discussion. Tayo po ay dumako sa period of amendment, seconded by Councilor Jonas Abadilla. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved.
Minor amendment, Madam Chair, nakita ko rin sa title, no? Hillsboro, may S po yan, no? Nava Hillsboro. And ayan, nandiyan naman lahat na, sponsored by all co-sponsored by all councilor member who will vote for the said ordinance.
Motion for amendment, typo lang po to, Hillsboro, yung Hillsboro sa title ng ordinance, gawin pong Hillsboro. Seconded by Councilor Attorney Reggie Anlandito. Hearing no objection, therefore the said amendment is approved.
Kung wala na pong nais mag-amend, Madam Chair, hiniling kong tapusin na ang period of amendment at tuloy pagbotohan ang nasabing ordinansa.
There is a motion to end the period of amendment, seconded by Councilor Councilor Arlene Hilapo, and hearing no objection, therefore the period of amendment is now closed. All those in favor of the said ordinance, please raise your right hand.
Sangayon po sa ating bulaga, sina Consel Sevilla, Attorney Reggie Landrito, Martinez, Moldes, Baez, Rongavilla, Bagatsing, Hilapo, Abadilla, Presnedi, Attorney Coro, Camilon, Bongayao, Arcilia, Attorney Diaz, Niefes, at Attorney Arsiaga. Ang boto po ninyo, Consel Ampaya. Okay, lahat po ng nasa bulwagan at ang nasa sumpo ay sumangayon.
Dahil ang lahat po ng nananirito at nasa Zoom ay sumasang-ayon, ang nasabi pong ordinansa ay atin na pong formal na pinagtitibay.
Para po sa ating mga liham, order from the National Water Resource Board on the matter of the application for a certificate of public convenience filed by Leaf Residences Condominium Corporation, resetting the hearing for the said application to September 23 at 9 a.m. NWRB Conference Room, EDSA, Quezon City.
Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Attorney Raul Arcoro, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I'd like to refer this matter for information and guidance to our Committee on Environment for the guidance of the committee, and at the same time to find out, Madam Chair, the application, the status of the application for Certificate of Public Convenience by Leaf Residences Condominium, which is located beside our Hall of Justice. So that we will know, Madam Presiding Officer, the status of this application. So I am referring this to the Committee on Environment.
The said letter is referred to the Committee on Environment. Is there any objection? Councilor Engineer Mameto Sevilla, you are recognized.
Before the next item to be calendared, Madam Chair, I would like to request yung member natin or yung chairman ng nasabing committee na baka pwedeng maka-attend and express our opposition to the said application. This is part of the item that was raised before the City Council and which is subject of a public hearing. We will have a second public hearing for this purpose na bakit mayroong mga bagong application ang binibigyan. Ang move nga natin is bawali na, di ba? Yung ating application for deep well dito sa Muntinlupa. In lieu of the fact that yung security or yung safety issue that concerning yung deep well ay pwedeng maging apparent pagka yung tinamaan na ng lindo lang Muntinlupa. Huwag naman sana, no? Pero part of our hearing yan, magkakaroon tayo na. Nung first hearing po, Madam Chair, hindi dumating kasi si NWRB. So, we're going to question that na since bawal, bakit nakapag-i-issue pa? Nagre-renew pa sila. No? So, baka pasahan nga natin ito ng ordinansa na magbabawal na natin sa Muntinlupa yung mga ganyan, lalo yung large scale, deep well drilling. No? So, I would like to request yung ating magiging chair or anybody from the City Council to attend that hearing and pose an objection to the said application, Madam Chair.
In that case, Madam Presiding Officer, I am of the position that we will not only send our chairperson of the Committee on Environment in the said hearing in the National Water Resources Board, but also I think we should come up with a resolution, formal resolution, expressing our opposition to the said application in view of the risks involved when it comes to the issue of land subsidence in Muntinlupa, our city being in the so-called fault line. And as I remember, the NWRB has already issued a memorandum or regulation that prohibits the installation of deep wells in Muntinlupa City. So this is contrary to their own regulation, that they are prohibiting the installation of new deep wells, and now they are having this kind of application entertaining the Leaf Residences Condominium owned by the SM. So I suggest, Madam Chair, that we not only attend the said hearing on September 23, but also because we might be asked during the hearing that for any document showing that we are formally opposing, and we will not just do it verbally. I suggest that we come up with a resolution opposing the issuance of the application and approval of the application for Certificate of Public Convenience filed by Leaf Residences. What do you think, Madam Chair? I would like to ask the Honorable Councilor Mamerto Sevilla to expound on his opposition earlier made before this body. And instead of just attending, we should also come up with already a formal resolution opposing any and all, not only this, Madam Chair, any and all applications for deep well through this certificate of public convenience. I would like to...
Councilor Engineer Mameto Sevilla, you are recognized again po.
This is an urgent matter because the hearing is already on September 23, next week.
Kung ako po ang tatanungin, Madam Chair, mas magandang makapagpasa na tayo ng resolution, no? Na nagbibigay tayo ng pagtutol. Although the product of my public hearing is a legislative action again, ordinance, pero yung ating pagtutol naman to expressing yung ating apprehension sa pag-i-issue dito sa aplikante. Yung akin hearing, it would have effect doon even do sa existing, no? Magiging magbabawal na rin natin yun. So ito, namamayagan po ang inyong lingkod, basahan na natin ang isang resolution objecting dito sa ating magiging ano.
So, Madam Presiding Officer, subject to form and style, and since this is an urgent matter that we have to act immediately, we need to pass the resolution in today's hearing so that we can furnish a copy of our resolution to the NWRB on or before September 23, 2025.
Councilor Jody Presente, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Presiding Officer. Ang tanong ko lang po, ito po bang resolution ay para lang po ba sa mga commercial? Kasi meron po kasi mga maliliit na community.
Well, as I said earlier, Madam Presiding Officer, it is for any and all. And then we will consider all these applications during the hearing of the Honorable Councilor Mamerto Sevilla. Kasi ang nangyayari po, meron silang regulation na bawal, pero bakit ngayon nag-e-entertain na naman?
Okay po.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So if there's no more discussion, Madam Presiding Officer, I move, subject to form and style, that we pass a resolution expressing our objection to the issuance of a certificate of public convenience to the application of Leaf Residence Condominium Corporation, and to include any and all applications in the future on the installation of deep wells within the city of Muntinlupa. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion to approve a resolution subject to form and style expressing the objections regarding the said order from the National Water Resource Board, seconded by Attorney Regine Andrito. Hearing no objection, therefore the said motion is approved, and we are now in the votation of the said resolution.
Favor of the said resolution, opposition on the any and all application for certificate of public convenience on water extraction are Councilors Atty. Coro, Abadilla, Ilapo, Pongcayaw, Camilon, Presnedi, Arsiaga, Niefes, Diaz, Arcilia, Bagatsing, Rongavilla, Baez, Sevilla, Moldes, Landrito, and Martinez. Boto po ninyo, Consel Ampaya. Okay, lahat po na narito at ang nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Dahil ang lahat ng narito ay sumasang-ayon, ang nasabi pong resolusyon ay atin na pong pinagtitibay.
Para po sa ating ikalawang liham, ito po ay letter from Mary Ann Planas on DILG Memorandum Circular requesting the confirmation of attendance of the councilors, preferably those involved in gender and development, children's welfare, and local investment and incentives in an activity entitled From Draft to Craft, Addressing Needs Through Progressive Codification, which will happen on September 19, 2025, 8 to 5 at the Citadines, Manila Bay, Pasay City.
Madam Presiding Officer, I would like to request the Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Gender and Development, in the person of Councilor Arlene Hilapo, to attend the said progressive codification on September 19, 2025 from 8 to 5 p.m. at the Citadines, Manila Bay, Pasay City. Likewise, Madam Presiding Officer, the chairperson of the Committee on Trade and Industry, headed by the Honorable Councilor Shalimar Baez Reyes, to also attend the said progressive codification, as this matter is under their respective committees, Madam Chair. Yung children's welfare, under God na yun, ano? So, dalawa po sila, Madam Chair.
Counselor, they are requiring po, I've read the letter, they are requiring 3 counselors to attend po.
So, sino pa ang gustong sumama?
Education siguro.
Education, si Jedy. Ayan, masipag. Masipag itong umattend. Jedy, kasama naman sa iyo yung daycare, kasama. Oo. So, 3 po, Madam Presiding Officer, no? To include our hardworking chairperson of the Committee on Education, Councilor Jedediah Presnedi. Okay?
Okay.
Next item, Madam Presiding Officer.
A letter from Daniel Chito Valerio, Acting Civil Registrar, on the amended proposed local civil registry fee as per result of compliance with the directives of the City Council in the 10th regular session last September 8.
As far as I know, Madam Presiding Officer, ito po ay subject to further committee hearing, di ba? Wala pa naman tayong ina-approve. So I suggest, Madam Presiding Officer, na magkaroon pa tayo ng public hearing dahil ito po ay panibagong imposition ng civil registry fees, para maunawaan din po ng ating mga kababayan kung magkano ba ang increase at ano po ang ating mga rates kumpara sa mga rates ng ibang cities and in Metro Manila. Ito po ay mahalaga bago po natin ito aprubahan at magkaroon pa po ng isang public hearing.
Councilor Mameto Sevilla, you are recognized.
Actually, Madam Chair, the second, or actually the third hearing will be scheduled on Wednesday, 9 a.m., no, Sec?
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday po, Madam Chair, with the purpose of letting the public see yung dalawang comparative na ng paniningil, no? Kasi nung una, nagkaroon tayo ng presentation sa council, medyo talagang glary yung laki, no? Pero dito sa susunod na hearing, ang gagawin natin, didetalye natin kung ano yung mga inclusions doon sa pagsingil na yon, and let the public choose kung ano yung gusto nilang proposal doon sa isa-submit. And since online naman tayo, Madam Chair ngayon, Madjo, I would like to raise this opportunity to invite everybody or those who are willing to attend the hearing on Wednesday for them to raise their questions, no, or clarifications to the Chief of the Local Civil Registry. Yeah.
Also, Madam Presiding Officer, I suggest that since this is open to the public, i-post na rin natin, i-publish na rin natin sa social media. Ano ba yung mga rates? Para maintindihan po.
Yeah.
Before the public hearing.
Sasabihin lang bakit nag-i-increase pero wala naman po nakikitang comparative, no? Post na natin, makita po kung gaano ka iba yung rates natin ngayon at kung bakit tayo nagtataas at kung ito bang pagtaas ay ano ang kung ikukumpara ito doon sa ibang Metro Manila cities, magkano? Ganun po.
Sa ngayon po ako ron, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Tama po ang pagkakaalam ko from the tagapangulo ng komite na ito pong public hearing ay sa kahilingan po niya ay gagawin pong live.
Yes,
live broadcast po ang
means,
atin pong...
Hindi lang live po, sabi ko nga, i-post din po yung mga rates para makita yung comparison.
Okay. Thank you po, Majority Floor Leader. Attorney Ko.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, dadako po tayo sa ibang bagay na pag-uusapan.
Madam Chair, other matters po, ay meron po tayong kasalukuyang issue dito po sa traffic flow from Diputata National Highway papuntang Bruger. At ito po ay ginawang one-way dahil sa kasalukuyang construction sa nasabing daan ng ating drainage system. At nakausap ko po ang ating kagalang-galang na mayor kanina at ang sabi niya ang dahilan po sa pagiging one-way ng nasabing daan doon sa may Riles ay ito po ay hindi kaya na magkaroon ng two-way dahil sa limited po ang carrying capacity nito. Kaya, Madam Presiding Officer, ay inanyayahan natin ang ating City Engineering Office. Madam Chair, at nandito yata sila ngayon. Sino po yung mga galing sa Engineering Office?
Andito pa ang ating mga resource persons from Engineering Office. Engineer Romar Dagupas, Engineer Beth Magpantay, Engineer Jane Magdaong, tama po, Engineer Jane Magdaong, and I'm so sorry po, ang resource speaker po natin from MTMB ay may activity lang po.
Ibale,
so
Madam Presiding Officer, ang issue naman po ay hindi tungkol sa traffic per se, kundi yung engineering aspect, no? Bakit hindi kaya ng two-way yung dinadaanan doon sa may daan sa Riles. So, may I move, Madam Chair, that we give speaking rights, not only one, but 3 engineers. Sino sa inyo ang spokesperson? Pakipaliwanag lang po, kasi naka-live tayo. Engineer, no? Ano po pangalan nila, engineer? Pakibanggit.
Morning po. Engineer Romar Dagupan po,
Assistant City Engineer
of the City Engineering Department. Romar Dagupan po.
Romar Dagupan.
Majority floor.
Okay.
Nasa tayo po ay nasa regular session pa rin po.
Madam
Please
Chair, I
proceed
move
po.
that we give our Assistant City Engineer speaking rights, Romar Dagupan. So, can you explain to us bakit hindi pwedeng two-way ang nasabing daan na yan at mayroon pong mga civil engineering aspect yan na maunawaan ng ating taong bayan, bakit hindi natin kayang gawing two-way traffic yan habang ginagawa ang Bruger? Salamat.
Okay po. Magandang umaga po ulit po sa ating lahat. Actually po, no, yung daanan po, no, adjacent po sa ating PNR right-of-way po ay constructed po yan ng DPWH po, no. Ang primary purpose po niyan is, of course, box culvert po yun. So, ibig sabihin sa ilalim po nun ay hollow para po maging drainage po natin. No? So, ang purpose, that's why yung design po niyan, actually, for emergency purposes po talaga yung ano yan eh. Kumbaga, alternate route lang po, no. But of course, given po na meron nga pong road closure na nangyari po along Bruger Street, expected po na mas magiging marami po yung volume ng sasakyan na dadaan, no? So may mga engineering concern po na which needs to be validated and certified, of course, by the DPWH before we can allow po yung nagawing two-way po yung ating alternate route po. Actually, no, last August 29, we already wrote a formal letter to DPWH requesting for their approval to the said request. Because prior to that, that day po, nagkaroon na rin po ng public hearing po sa barangay raising such concerns nga po na magkaroon po ng two-way route po dun sa area. Dahil nga po, may mga traffic concerns po sa area. But waiting lang po kami ng reply po kay DPWH. Finalo up na rin po namin and hopefully po within the week po ay makapag formally reply po sila dun sa aming pong request po.
Thank you po. May katanungan po? Ang body? Councilor Jonas Abadilla, sunod po si Councilor Mameta Sevilla.
Madam Presiding Officer, I just want to put this on record. Kailan po tayo nag-letter sa DPWH?
August 29 po.
August 29. How many follow-up letters did we send to DPWH as of now?
Right now po, ang puro through calls pa lang po, no, and text po yung naging communication po natin kay DPWH to formally reply. Kasi medyo ano rin po sila, preoccupied rin po sila. But nagbigay naman po sila ng commitment na within the week po ay makakapag-reply po sila formally dun po sa ating letter po.
Okay, Madam Presiding Officer, since this has been a problem or a concern by our constituencies here in Barangay not just in Barangay Putatan, but also in the nearby barangays, so we urge that the DPWH submits their reply or response letter immediately to the City Government of Muntinlupa. Maraming salamat po.
Marami pong salamat. Councilor Mameto Sevilla, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, no, sa pinag-uusapan po natin, this is not limited only dun sa structural integrity ng box culvert na ginamit as daan. No? Alam naman natin na yung daan po na yan o yung box culvert na yan, yung pinakaibabaw niyan, more or less 3 meters lang ang lapad niyan. No? Ang tinutukoy ko rito, hindi lang siya yung engineering aspect nung pagiging ginagawa siyang daan, yung pong traffic impact. Kasi kung papayagan yung two-way traffic diyan, wala namang pinakaiba dyan dun sa ginawa sa Sukat, sa Buli, sa Kupang, na pag nagsasalubong talagang naghihintayan. Kung pagkayang haba ng stretch na yan, ginawa po yung two-way yan, baka mas malaking problema kaysa sa ginhawa ang magresulta. Kasi pag pinayagan mo po agad yan yung two-way traffic sa dalawang sasakyang 4 wheels, nako, titigil po yung isa dahil hindi naman kakasya dun sa more or less 3 meters na pavement na ginagamit na temporaring daan ngayon. So, sa aspeto po yan, may MTMB ba tayo rito? Wala
po, may activity daw po.
Kasi yun ang nakikita ko as, although hindi ako dumadaan dyan, no? Pero walang pinakaiba yan sa Sukat at sa Bulit, sa Kupang, sa District 2, even sa Alabang, na kung merong dadaan na 4-wheel, yung makakasalubong na 4-wheel, maghihintay sa isang lugar na maluwag para makadaan yung isang sasakyan. So, talagang mabigat na payagang maging two-way siguro tingin ko, Madam Chair.
Salamat po. Engineer?
Apo. Tama po, no, valid nga po yung na-erase po na concern ni Councilor Sevilla po, no. Yun nga, actually varying po yung width po ng ating box culvert dun sa area. So may mga portion na I think less than 3 meters pa nga, no. So hindi po talaga magiging enough yung yung two ways. So talagang may chance na magkaroon ng magbibigayan po talaga, no. But aside from that po, may naging actually may naging concern na rin po kami before dyan, which is po yung may mga ISF pa po dun within that area po na need pa pong ma-clear sana para po mas maging passable po siya if in case po na mag-push through tayo na gawin pong two-way.
Madam Chair. The best effort siguro na we could do is for the City Council to request na lang yung contractor na gumagawa nitong bridger ng drainage dyan na medyo bilisan. If kaya, baka mag-extend sila ng working hour para mas mabigilis yung magtatapos ng proyekto. Siguro yun ang best effort na lang na mahikayat yung contractor kung sino man na mag-extend na ng oras sa paggawa. Yun lang.
Noted po, sir. We will coordinate po that concern po sa ating contractor po para po mas ma-expedite po yung project completion.
Thank you po. Councilor Patty Catibong Cayao, you are recognized. Bago po ang lahat, kinikilala po natin, nandito po sa ating session hall ngayong umaga, SK Chairman po ng Barangay Bayanan, Councilor SK Chairman Gab Lorica. No po. Good morning po.
Good morning po. We are still on recess po, no? Madam President.
Tayo po ay nasa on record po tayo. Okay, may invited lang po tayong resource speaker.
Okay po, thank you po. Good morning, Madam Presiding Officer, and to the members of the City Council. May I also request po, additional sa sinabi ni Consi Metong that since hindi naman tayo hadlang sa modernization ng ginagawang kalsada, kasi for the benefit naman yun ng mga constituents natin, diba? And ito naman hanggang December yung contract, sa pagkakaalam ko, 3 months to go pa. Baka pwede po rin tayo mag-request na for the meantime, while we are awaiting dun sa response ng DPWH, yung from time to time po kaya, or maglabas tayo ng official statement or makapag-update po sa mga residente ng sa may Bruger Street para at least po siguro guided sila dun sa mga updates po nung construction, yung ongoing construction po, no? Kung nasa ang stage na po yung construction, yun po, yung updates po dun sa construction para lang po at least aware din po sila at alam nila kung kanino sila po manghihingi ng updates as to the ongoing construction po. Kasi padami rin po yung nagtatanong din talaga, diba? So, dinadaan nila sa social media. And ang nilalapitan din po kasi nila yung kami pong mga konsehal din eh. So, yun po, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you po.
Engineer?
Sige po, ma'am. We'll take note of that po and we'll actually, from time to time naman po, coordinated naman po kami sa barangay and sa community po na affected po. Actually, kailang patawag na rin po ng meeting po dun sa barangay to discuss po yung matter and to regularly update them as to the status po of the project po. Siguro po magdadagdag na lang po kami ng added mechanism po on how to further inform the constituents po within that community po. Thank you po.
Councilor Attorney Rachel Ann Arsiaga, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Vice. Siguro po para mas maging formal po at mas madali po yung pag-inform natin doon sa mga affected po na parties and constituents po natin. Siguro po mas maganda kung magpapatawag tayo ng public hearing kasi ang alam ko meron silang mga suggestion and kasama po doon yung pagkakaroon ng stop and go na scheme. So, mas maganda po sana na masabi nila dito po sa atin yung suggestion nila and maimbitahan po natin yung MTMB dahil sila naman po yung talagang gumagawa ng mga traffic rules para po mas inclusive at mas maintindihan po ng mga kababayan natin na apektado po ng itong one way po sa Barangay Potatan. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po, Councilor Attorney Rachel Arsiaga.
So, Madam Presiding Officer, with the request of the Honorable Councilor Rachel Arsiaga, I'd like to request the Committee on Public Works to conduct a public hearing inviting the head of the MTMB or the Muntinlupa Traffic Management Bureau together with the City Engineering Office for further discussion on how to address this matter, Madam Chair.
Yes. So, we will conduct a public hearing po headed by the Chairperson ng Committee on Public Works, Councilor Ryan Bagaching. Meron ka po bang objection? Wala naman. So, we will invite you po, Engineer, mga naapektuhan po, business establishments, mga TODA, pedicab drivers, mga estudyante po na dumadaan dito, together with the MTMB po.
Sige po, ma'am. Opo. Salamat po.
Councilor Ryan, within this week po ang public hearing. Councilor Ryan, within this week. Any other matters po? Marami pong salamat, engineers. Thank you so much po. We'll see you on the public hearing po on the said matter. Any other matter? You are recognized, Councilor Jetty Presnedi.
Maraming salamat po sa ating presiding officer. Last Monday po, sinagawa po natin ang ating 10th regular session at naipasa po natin yung resolution number 2025-073 a resolution requesting Congress of the Philippines through our lone district representative, Honorable Attorney Jaime R. Fresnedi, to file a bill to amend Republic Act number 10575, otherwise known as an act strengthening the Bureau of Corrections and providing funds thereof, which was approved on May 24, 2013. Ma'am Presiding Officer, ang aking pong request ay makapaggawa rin po tayo ng resolution po sa ating Senado sa chairman po ng Justice and Human Rights na si Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Naniniwala po ako na isa po siya sa makakatulong po sa atin dahil palagi pong nandito si Senator Kiko. Nagpunta po siya dito nung early 2025. Naalala ko na nagpunta rin po siya doon sa graduation ng PL Moon. At sa tingin ko po ay malapit po sa puso niya ang pagtulong po sa lungsod ng Muntinlupa. Nirequest ko po na makapagpasa rin po tayo ng resolusyon. Nung nakaraan po ay sa pamamagitan po ni Attorney Jaime R. Fresnedi, ating congressman sa Congress. At ngayon naman po sa pamamagitan po ng ating Senador Francis Kiko Pangilinan, na chairman po ng Committee ng Justice and Human Rights.
Majority Floor, Attorney Raul Coro, you are recognized po.
Madam Presiding Officer, I heard the request of our Honorable Councilor Jedediah Fresnedi. True that we passed a resolution requesting the House of Representatives through our Honorable Congressman Jaime Fresnedi to amend the Bucor law or RA 10575. And of course, since we now have the committee chairmanship in the Senate after the reorganization, and the Committee on Human Rights is now chaired by the Honorable Justice and Human Rights is now chaired by the Honorable Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan. I move, Madam Chair, that we pass a similar resolution, the same content, but this time around, it is a request a resolution addressed directly to the Senator, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, as chairman of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights, and but the contents are the same, Madam Chair. So I move that we pass the said resolution because there is already a form and style, and just change the title from Honorable Congressman Jaime Fresnedi to Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan, Chairperson of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights, and also change the content on the portion of the last whereas clause where we are asking Congress through Senate Committee Chairperson on Justice and Human Rights, Senator Kiko Pangilinan. I so move, Madam Chair.
There is a motion to approve the said resolution expressing our asking the support from our Senator, the Chairperson on the Committee on Human Rights, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, seconded by Councilor Jonas Abadilla. Mayroon po bang nais na magpahayag ng pagtutol? Kung wala po, ang nasabi pong motion ay ating pong pinagtitibay. At ipakitaas po ang kanang kamay ng lahat po ng sumasang-ayon sa nasabi pong resolusyon.
Sa akin po sa ating buluagan, sina Consul Fresnedi, Attorney Coro, Camilon, Bongcayaw, Arcilia, Attorney Diaz, Niefes, Attorney Arsiaga, Abadilla, Quilapo, Bagatsing, Rongavilla, Baez, Sevilla, Moldes, Attorney Landrito, at Konsehal Martinez. Ang boto po ninyo, Konsehal Ampaya? Lahat po narito ay sang-ayon.
Dahil ang lahat po ng naririto ay sumasang-ayon, ang nasabi pong resolusyon ay atin na pong formal na pinagtitibay. Any other matters po? Councilor Amanda Camilon, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. With regard to the committee report I did earlier, I would like to inform that I will have another public hearing scheduled so as to discuss further additional points brought up by the other councilors. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Councilor Amanda Camelon. Meron pa po ba na nais magsalita for our other matters? Councilor Jonas Abadilla, you are recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, good morning again, and to the honorable members of the City Council. Just for the information of everyone, the first reading earlier regarding the referral for the Committee on Youth and Sports Development about Alagang Angara Cup, which will be organized for this year for the third time in partnership with the Philippine Sports Commission. I would like to schedule this public hearing as soon as possible to the Secretariat and for the information of the members of the Committee on Youth and Sports Development for attendance, Madam Presiding Officer. And this is for the information of the whole members of the Sangguniang Panglungsod. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Councilor Jonas Abadilla. Meron pa po ba nais na magsalita? Ngayon po tayo po ay nasa other matter. Councilor Majority Floor Leader Attorney Raul Arcoro, you are recognized po.
Madam Chair, since there are no other matters to be discussed, I move that we adjourn our 11th regular session this 15th day of September 2025.
There is a motion to adjourn our 11th regular session, seconded by Councilor Ryan Bagaching. Hearing no objection, therefore, our regular session is now adjourned.